Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. Today we have our second truck race at California and an Xfinity race at Las Vegas. Assuming nothing goes wrong, we should be able to get both of those in. So we're going to head to qualifying at California. We qualified on the pole here in the Xfinity series, so I would assume that we can qualify up front here in the trucks as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again today. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys are liking the Season 2 thus far. 2 episodes in. This will be the 3rd. We're leading the Xfinity points right now, but we're second in the trucks. So if we can get a good finish today, maybe we can exit this race with a Truck Series points lead as well. But I have no idea how this is going to go. This is our first real test for our new truck. Obviously Daytona is restrictor plate track. You don't really get a good feel for the truck. I really like the way the Xfinity car is feeling right now, but I really don't have a gauge for the truck yet. Oh, the way the lighting is here, I can barely see the white line. It's just so washed out there. Obviously PlayStation 2, so the quality's not going to be the best. So far it feels really good. I didn't have to let up at all into that corner. The truck did the work for me. We're wavering a little bit on the back stretch, but if we can nail this corner, we should be in good shape. Might not get the pole, but it should be a good run on lap 1. Never mind, pole. By about a tenth. Not going to make any adjustments. Feels good. I'm not as worried about tire wear in this series as in the Xfinity series. But let's head to the race. This should be a pretty good race, I feel. If the truck handles the way it did in qualifying, I definitely think we'll be in good shape. I think, if I recall correctly, Todd Cleaver was up towards the front as well. So maybe if we get out to a lead, I can assist him in getting a second place finish. Obviously, we don't want to get him a win because we're going to win. Off to Alan Bestwick.
EA Sports and the California Speedway are proud to welcome you to tonight's running of the American Racing Wheels 200. It's always wide open racing here in California, and tonight is no exception, as these NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers prepare for the challenge of long green flag runs. Late race pit decisions often decide the outcome of the races here. Hey, we're in California. Gas mileage is always a factor. Buckle up, race fans. Green flag racing is only moments away.
All right, according to Alan, he thinks gas mileage is going to be a factor, but I don't think so. But we're starting first. We got Bobby Hamilton right next to us, our teammate right behind us. But he doesn't want to work with me for some reason. Thanks, teammate. We got our teammate from the Xfinity series, John Hamilton. Oh no. I just want one good start. Hattori, really? Oh dear. I just want one good start. One. My truck was perfect. Absolutely perfect in qualifying. It would stick to the bottom no matter what I did. And then immediately in the first turn, I go in and it can't stick to the bottom. What is wrong with me? More importantly, why does this game hate me? I just want a clean restart. See, this time it sticks to the bottom. I had no issues this time, but the restart that I'm on the freaking pole I can't. Okay, well, that time I hit a wall, but I could have avoided that. Every time I start on the pole, I just have to... Oh, my.
Number 106 is beating on you. You're up another
Somebody just spun out randomly and everybody stopped. I really couldn't help myself. Somebody's pitting already. It is pretty close to time to pit already because of that first caution that should have been avoided. I'm surprised that wasn't a caution. About 2 people went straight into the wall.
We're up another position. Number 150.
Oh, I was going to draft with Hornaday. Well, I guess I still can.
You're halfway out fuel. Watch it, car hot.
Not going to pit this time. I'm going to pit next time.
Clear, all clear.
Because of the caution, our tires should be in good shape. So I'm going to go one more lap so we can conserve tires on the next run. Here's Deborah Renshaw. Let's try to make an ally out of her.
1 second behind the leader.
Oh, we got people coming out of pit road. We got to avoid, which we do with ease. Our truck is definitely a lot tighter right now, so I might make a wedge adjustment on this pit stop, which is going to happen this time by.
Outside.
Sorry, Deborah. You're in the way of progress.
Still there. Shrug it off. Come on, buddy. Clear. All clear.
Alright. That actually wasn't a terrible pit road entry. We are going to go down on the wedge. Hopefully that won't kill us, but I mean, you guys might think that was a terrible pit road entry, but considering I usually slow down a lot more than that, that was actually a relatively good pit road entry for me. So we'll see what the pit crew can do. Alright, no mistakes. Pretty close to the estimated time. Now I'm going to come out right with the pack, so I gotta be careful not to cause a caution. So we gotta stay on the apron or find a spot that we can get back out onto the track without wrecking anybody. But we got a little loose there, but not bad. Now the 123 truck is a teammate from last year. He looks like he's going to come in the pit this time. So I'm going to possibly avoid. Yep. Only 2 cars left on the lead. Nope, actually they're on my strategy as well. So I gotta go around these guys, because they're actually on my lap, unfortunately. The wedge adjustment does seem to help. It's still not perfect, but it does seem to help. So as of right now, it looks like we are in 7th of the people who have come out thus far. I'm sure there are some more guys on pit road who could cycle out to be ahead of us. But we're going to pass these 2 guys right now. See, look how clean we can make passes when the truck doesn't randomly spaz out and decide that it's going to be tight. Alright, here comes another set of cars coming out. There's the guy who was right in front of us when he came in. Here's Hattori. We were right with him earlier. Hornaday is right here earlier. We're 3 wide. But we make it. So we are 6th. That's right about where we were when pit stop started. So I will take that. We definitely have possibly enough time to at least get up to 4th. I don't know if I'll be able to catch Terry Cook and John Hamilton and whoever the other guy is. But it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility. This truck does feel really good right now. Going on the apron is not the answer. And the caution's out. That's probably the end of the race right there. I thought I had a good shot to get back up there, but oh my. Okay. Not pitting. This is probably the end of the race because there was only 2 laps to go. Looks like it. Yep. We finished 4th. It looked like Cleaver was 2nd. So good for him. Our teammate in Xfinity won. That's also a good thing. So overall, not a bad day. After the rough initial start, we managed to survive. And we managed to come back, actually. So I definitely consider that a success, considering how bad the initial start was. We got some hero points. That's Todd Cleaver, if you didn't notice, by the purple, I think that's purple colors, that's him. He's our only teammate, so he'd be the only one who come and talk to us at the end. Somebody's mad at us again, I accidentally skipped over it. It seemed like, okay, the confrontation system just seems wonky to me. Because you remember a couple times last season where we had people come and confront us. When we ran the cleanest race, we were near nobody. We ran away with it. Angry driver, I'll apologize. Whoever it is, maybe he'll be less angry at us. But we now have the race at Las Vegas to deal with in the Xfinity Series. This is our first 1.5-mile track. I'm not going to do the autographs because we just need to move the episode along. I'm probably not going to do any more autograph sessions, to be perfectly honest. But we have that win from UPS. We have 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. We got, I think it was 4th at Daytona, and then at California we struggled a little bit, but then we won at UPS. So let's see what Las Vegas has in the cards for us. Earnhardt Jr. is on the pole right now. I'm recording this pretty much right after the first 2 episodes. I took a slight break to rest my voice. I don't know if... I think I complained in the last episode about my throat getting a little sore. It was, so I took a little break. I am a former music major, so I do know how to take care of the vocal cords a little bit. I probably don't do the best that I can do. I'm definitely a pop drinker, so I probably don't take care of the vocal cords as much as I should, but definitely my time as a music major really helped me learn about the vocal cords and how I could take care of them. This being a YouTuber is definitely put a strain on the vocal cords, put a strain on the health in general. I know you guys thinking, well, why? But it's just so much talking, non-stop talking, doing commentary for this. We got 4th on lap 1. If I can nail turns 1 and 2 this time by, I think we'll be in good shape. Because I messed up the turns 1 in the first lap. But really commentating, you're doing non-stop. And I usually like to record in bulks. So I'm doing like almost 2 hours of recording at a time. I usually like to record in 3-episode chunks, because especially for 06 and NASCAR Heat Evolution, I do 3 episodes a week.
Man, I thought you had the pole. We're still out front.
We are on... No! I thought he said we were on the pole. But we're starting 2nd. It looked like a 8 1,000ths we were behind Junior. We had won the pole at every single race in the Xfinity Series thus far. But yeah, especially with recording in bulk, I really put a strain on the vocal cords. So I gotta learn to take little tiny breaks in between each recording. Usually what I do is I record one, then I go and watch a fellow YouTuber's video, and then I record the next one. And that gives me a good half-hour break in between recording to let the vocal cords rest and regenerate and be ready for the next recording. But we're starting 2nd. I don't know if we're... I mean, these restarts are just terrible. But actually, usually the restarts were... I'll let Alan Bester talk first.
To the running of the NASCAR Busch Series Samstown 300. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway is known for its long stretches of green flag racing, so it'll be up to these drivers to find a comfort zone very early in this fast-paced race. We're just moments away from the action here at the Diamond in the Desert.
I don't know if I accidentally cut Alan Bestrick off, but what I was saying, usually when we start on the inside is where we have issues going into turn 1. So maybe starting on the outside will be a blessing for us. I should really look up and see if I can change the gear ratios to maybe benefit me a little bit more on these initial starts and restarts. Brian Vickers! That wasn't my fault, was it? Okay, that was not my fault. I need to see the second replay on that. No, he just spun me out right there. Luckily, we're still in second, and now we got single file restart, so...
Green, let's go. Got the leader, stay on his back bumper. Got 20 laps left.
See, we get a good initial launch, but once we hit the corner, and once we hit 4th gear, we really struggle. So, I mean, I don't know much about gear ratio, so I would have to look it up, but... I definitely think if we could make some adjustments to maybe get, so I don't know, the fourth gear quicker, or maybe wait a little longer before we go to 4th gear. I really don't know much about gear ratios, so I will have to look that up because, I mean, that restart actually went pretty well, but usually the initial starts, we struggle big time. But we're pulling out to a little bit of a lead here, which is actually a miracle considering our 1.5 miles history in the Xfinity Series. I mean, we're not pulling away too much, but we got a half a second lead over, I think that's Junior who's behind me right now. If I pull out to a second lead, maybe I will assist the good old teammates. Probably Tony Rain, since I've managed to screw him over a bunch of times this season. Well, probably only once at California, I believe. And it might happen at UPS too, but we helped him a little bit at the end at Daytona, not much. I ended up passing him, so he probably wasn't too happy about that. But definitely wouldn't mind helping him. Both him and John Hamilton are pretty down there in the points, but Hamilton is usually runs pretty well, where Reigns is kind of middle of the pack. So if I can pull out to maybe a second lead, but we're going to have pit stops pretty soon, so I might not get the chance, because usually pit stops we lose a couple positions, and then we have to deal with lap traffic and all that, so I might not get around to it, but I definitely do want to try to use the total team control function a little bit more this season. I think I only used it like once or twice, and every time I did, I managed to screw over my teammate, so I'll definitely try to be a little more careful. But if his car feels terrible, I'm getting out of there. I'm not going to ruin his day for him. Hopefully we get some more team challenges as well. That would be nice. But we are starting to pull away. But I'm scared that if we go away from this car, that he's going to pit. We're halfway on fuel mileage now. But I'm scared if we go to Tony Raines before pit stops, our car's going to come in and make some adjustments or do whatever it wants, really. So there's the caution. Now, pitting under caution usually ends up worse for us than pitting under green flag. Let's see what happened. Now, that is the car you are originally offered in your very first contract offer in the Xfinity Series. Remember, I did not take that contract offer. So, obviously, we're right around halfway. We're going to make the pit stop now. We're not going to repair, going to leave everything else the same. 4 tires. and see what the pit crew can do. We're coming in first, so we're not going to have anybody blocking us going in. But last week we had last week we had the stupid thing where people, like, half of the field was almost inverted. When I think about it, it's almost like the field was inverted randomly. We still managed to come back and win, but it was really weird. We got people both right in front of us, so hopefully we can maneuver around them. We come out first. So assuming there's no stupid inversion, we're going to be on P1. Perfect. Let's try to get a good restart. We got Brandon Miller right behind us. He's been surprisingly good this season. Usually he's middle of the pack, doesn't do too hot. But he's been surprisingly good. He was up there in the top 5 at Daytona. So again, we got a pretty good restart. We're not pulling away, but we managed to maintain, which is good. Didn't make any adjustments to the car, and the car still feels good. If we pull out to a little bit of a lead again, I'll try to go back and help Tony Raines. But is that him right there? No. It almost looked like him right there in my mirror. But if you look on the top right, there's now a little yellow dot that's flashing. That would be Tony Raines. I don't know if with the quality, the video quality, you can see that or not. But that's him. I don't know where John Hamilton is. I'll check that when I get on the front stretch. John Hamilton, he's right up here in the top 10, it looks like. So we'll definitely go back and help Raines if we can pull up to a good second lead. I usually don't like to do anything until I get a second lead because then things like this can happen, and I lose about 2 tenths and the cars are right back on me. So I might not get to it, but let this be a warning. I will definitely try to use the total team controls more often.
That's another 5 points to lead the most laps.
All right, we led the most. We have led. Gosh, I can use words. We have led the most laps, so that is good. Who is this behind us? It really does look like Tony Raines right behind us. But it's not. I want to know who this is. Oh, that might be Vickers. That might be Brian Vickers, who we got into on the initial start, which was not our fault. But yeah, that might be Brian Vickers right behind us. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get around to helping Raines because our win is the most important thing right now. Again, like I said in previous episodes, we're trying to do both the Truck Championship and the Xfinity Championship. So I really want to get those both done this season so we can just focus on the Cup Championship. And then maybe we can be done with this playthrough after 3 seasons. That would be nice. I might revisit this later because I do have this kind of motivation to someday win all 4 championships at one time. That would be a big accomplishment. So that is something I would like to try at some point. But not until we finish this initial playthrough. I'm not going to do that until we win the Cup Championship in this playthrough. But we're having issues with turns 1 and 2, it looks like. I think it's just my entry line is a little higher than it is in 3 and 4. But 3 and 4 we're doing really well in. But yeah, I'll have to look at turns 1 and 2 again. Yeah, we're not going to get around to helping Tony Raines, I don't think. I'm also scared, if we go back there and then we get a caution, I can't finish the race with my guy. I don't think with a lap to go, it might be 2 laps to go, I don't think we can switch back. So at this point, it's going to be too little too late. for Reigns. Hopefully he is improving from where he was. He was pretty mid-pack when I checked a couple laps ago. But yeah, we're just kind of maintaining this half a second lead right now. Not really gaining, not really losing too much. I mean, this is by far the best showing we've had on a 1.5-mile track. I don't even think in the truck series we won at a 1.5 miles last season. So this is definitely a major improvement, and this is a good sign of things to come, that we're going to have success at the 1.5 miles this year. Oh, we got a little loose off that corner. Our tires might be going away on us. I hope that's not the case, but we are coming to the white... Oh my. Oh no. This is bad. Vickers! White flag's out. We can't... There's no cautions left now. Oh my lord, Brian Vickers. What do you... Why? Oh, man. Oh, come on. But we're still right here with Newman. This has been a more interesting end to the race than I thought it would be. But as long as we don't get loose off of this corner, we're going to win this race. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Woohoo! How did I do that? How close was it? It was a 10th. Oh my. I have to see that replay. I have to see that highlight reel. There's got to be a highlight reel for that. Yep, here I am. Oh man, it sure looked like he got it. It sure looked like he got it from that angle. But here's the initial contact with Vickers. I saved that. Oh man, it sure looked like Newman got that from my point of view. Me and Brian Vickers are gonna have a word after this race. To be fair, it did start with me screwing up in turn 4. But, well, that initial caution, not my fault, 100% his fault. That second time, he was just there at a bad time, I think. What do we have here? A charity event. We won't be doing that. I really should do a charity event one of these days, but... Oh, this is a truck charity event. That's new. But I don't think I'll get around to that. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to check out the point standings. Obviously, we should still be leading in the Xfinity Series, but we'll see where our truck points end up after California. And see where I don't think the modifieds raced since the last time we checked. We are leading by 94 points over Clint Boyer. Remember, if we keep building that gap up, I can focus on the truck championship if that's struggling a little bit. And it does seem to me that we're struggling a little more in the truck series than we are in the Xfinity series right now. That's just an initial observation. And now we are second in points behind John Hamilton in the truck series. So, that's going to be it for this episode. Oh, check my team. I don't think anything's changed. And Jimmy Johnson's leading the Cup Championship. Now I can say, this will be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, please hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.